I played with Bill Monroe when I was 6, actually. Martha, Kentucky, 1960, and that was the night I met Bill Monroe. I started on mandolin, yeah, when I was 5. My dad bought me a half-pint size, which is about this big, you know, I mean, just very, very small. Been playing in church with my mom and dad and playing, you know, just around little, you know, grocery stores and stuff like that. And so while Mr. Monroe was on stage, the neighbors in the hood started shouting out, you know, let little Ricky Skaggs get up and sing a song, you know. And so he didn't pay much attention, you know, Mr. Monroe did, and so they did another few songs. And finally, after a while, they'd shouted out again. So I think he wanted to put an end to it, you know, and so he called me up, you know, on stage, and so I played his big, I mean, he had an F5 size. I mean, he had the Lord Lore, you know, the one that's down at the Hall of Fame, you know. And so he had this boot string that he wrapped around there and put it on and made it fit me, you know. It's like, yeah, you know. So I sang the Osborne Brothers song, Ruby, Are You Mad at Your Man? You know, I had no idea what she was mad about. I just liked the song, okay. That was the night I met Mr. Monroe, and I always have loved him for doing that one good deed to me. I mean, if he never did anything else, letting me get on stage with him at 6 years old, that might not mean much to a 6-year-old nowadays. The thing that people don't know about Bill Monroe, I think, is if you listen to the music that he was doing in when they started Bluegrass in 1945 and 46, that was as progressive as any acoustic music you could get for the time. I mean, it's like, that was so coloring outside the lines, you know. That was not Uncle Dave making music. It wasn't, you know, the Carter family. It wasn't any of that, you know. It was honest. It was paying tribute to all of the past, but they were writing new songs. They were writing it was a whole new vocabulary. I mean, the instrumentation, although it, you know, was mandolin, and, you know, really when Bill Monroe got his F5 lore, that's when he started really becoming the mandolin player that we all know and love, you know, his style, because the F12 that he played, you know, or the F7 actually, that he played with a short neck in it, you know, it was limited. I mean, it didn't inspire him like that. You know, when he got the lore, you know, it had a sound, it had a look, it had and he was such a brute. But his music was so raw and cutting edge for the time. When I hear the recordings that he did with Charlie, his brother, from 36 to 39 on RCA, you know, it just sounded like such an elementary player, you know, and it was like he'd... What is a home without love? And that's it. Well, you know, that was 36 or 37, whatever. And by 39, he was still playing that short scale mandolin, but he was playing. So he was playing like almost rockabilly, you know. I mean, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know, as well as the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Country Music Hall of Fame. If you listen to the way he did, you know, the Rocky Road Blues, that was it. That was that song. Well, the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky long, Lord, Lord. When he did, I mean, the way he did that and swang, I mean, it swung, man. I mean, it just had... How the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky, Lord, Lord, Lord. How the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky. And then you listen to Bill Haley 10 years later, it's the same beat. It's the same dunk, rock around the clock, dunk, 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 dunk. I mean, it still had that, it had that same drive.